Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a privilege to be here, IFSJ, at the conference. It's an important gathering that brings together leaders, experts, and practitioners who are deeply committed to advancing fire life and safety across the region and around the world. We appreciate the role that IFSJ plays in helping to elevate and amplify thought leadership in our field. Through its publications and events like the conference, they provide valuable platforms for dialogue, bringing together professionals to explore emerging issues and share best practices, engage in meaningful conversations about how we can collectively move the fire and life safety agenda forward. Events like this are a critical part of our shared mission to safeguard people, property, and communities through collaboration, innovation, and knowledge exchange. They give us an opportunity to deepen relationships, strengthen partnerships, and align on priorities that matter deeply to the safety and resilience of our nations. I'm especially pleased to be here with such a distinguished audience, leaders from across the GCC who are making tremendous strides in improving fire and life safety outcomes. Your dedication to protecting lives, enhancing infrastructure, and advancing national preparedness is having an impact that reaches far beyond this region. Let's see. Okay. Today, I've been asked to give NFPA's perspective on a critical and fast-changing topic that we've been discussing a bit already today, electric vehicle charging in parking structures. As EV adoption accelerates around the world, our fire safety strategies must evolve as well, particularly in high-density environments like residential and commercial parking facilities. NFPA has been at the forefront of fire and safety research for nearly 130 years, dealing with both the promise and potential safety impacts of innovation is part of our DNA. Today, that includes understanding and addressing the unique risks associated with EVs and lithium-ion batteries that power them. Through our codes and standards, research initiatives, and training programs, we're working to ensure that fire protection professionals, building owners, and policymakers have resources and guidance needed to integrate EV infrastructure safely and to address the fire and electrical hazards proactively. You know well that one of the major concerns is the risk of thermal runaway in lithium-ion batteries. While data shows EV fires occur less frequently than fires in gas or diesel-powered vehicles, when they do occur, they can present unique and difficult challenges. Longer burn durations, high heat release, toxic gases, reignition risks, and significant water demand for suppression. To help address these challenges, NFPA, through our Fire Protection Research Foundation, has been conducting extensive studies on modern vehicle hazards, specifically parking structures and vehicle carriers. Our goal is to bring data-driven insight to fire dynamics, suppression strategies, and ventilation design. A few of our major findings: modern vehicles have significantly higher plastic content than they used to. In the 70s, plastics made up only less than 3% of a vehicle's total weight. Today, it accounts for over 10%, adding significantly to the combustible fuel load in a parking structure. There's a lot of new ignition risks. Vehicles now incorporate more electronic components and plastic wiring, adding complexity to fire ignition scenarios. While the likelihood of a fire may be similar between EVs and traditional vehicles, EV fires tend to demand more aggressive suppression efforts, present heightened toxicity risks, and can require much longer fighting operations. Codes and standards are evolving, but gaps do remain. For example, NFPA 88A, standard for parking structures, now requires sprinkler protection for all parking structures, not just enclosed ones. NFPA 13 has also increased required sprinkler densities for these facilities. However, more changes are needed. Research has identified key areas where additional technical understanding is essential, such as fire safety in vertical stackers, automated parking systems, where little national guidance currently exists. We've also identified some other knowledge gaps. The NFPA 13 classification for modern vehicles needs more real-world testing to validate sprinkler design density. The worst-case fire scenarios in parking structures, especially involving multiple vehicles, are really not fully understood today. More research is required there. And fire protection in automated vertical parking systems lack sufficient data at all. As EV adoption grows, additional safety measures must be incorporated in the future building and fire codes. NFPA is not only advancing research, but also leading new standard development. NFPA 855 addresses stationary energy storage systems and lithium-ion battery safety. NFPA 800, the Battery Safety Code, which is currently in development, will create comprehensive guidelines addressing fire, electrical, life safety, and property risks across the entire battery life cycle from production to end-of-life handling. NFPA has developed critical resources on the first responder side, including emergency response guides for EV incidents and multiple training programs to better equip fire service professionals. The challenges of EV safety transcends borders. NFPA is proud to work collaboratively with fire protection associations, researchers, policymakers around the world to share best practices and elevate global safety standards. With its leadership in fire protection innovation, the GCC region plays an important role in these critical global discussions. I encourage all of you to continue engaging with NFPA, sharing your experiences and contributing to the evolving best practices that will help protect our communities as the EV revolution continues. Thank you again for your time, your commitment, and your leadership in advancing fire and life safety.